What is up, everyone? It's the end of the week, and what a week it's been. On today's episode of the Level 1 podcast, we're stacked. We got a lot to talk about today, including today's episode of DSP Tries It, planning the next episode of DSP Tries It, locking in the dates and the event for the next marathon that'll happen in August, and the Battlefield 6 trailer has released, and people want to see me react to it. So there you go. We've got so many topics to cover. Plus, of course, we'll be talking about all the games that I'm playing and the schedule for next week, which is a little different than usual. I'm actually doing a completely different game every single stream. So sit back, relax, and lock in. It's time for a week-ending episode of the Level 1 podcast. Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is Friday. Lovely, lovely Friday. The 25th of July, 2025. I'm DSP. This is the Level 1 podcast. A nice show to end the week with many, many topics to cover. I'm excited. And I'll be honest, I do think alternating kind of back and forth, doing a podcast and then skipping a day and then doing another one has been working really well. What it's allowing me to do is to focus in that when I'm doing the show, I have a bunch to talk about. But when I'm not doing the show, then we can do a lot of extra gameplay. Usually it's about an hour of extra gameplay during those streams. And it's helping me to get through various playthroughs. So I think the whole, podcast, skip a day will continue. Although I've been doing about 4 a week out of a 6-day work week. So we'll see how it goes moving forward. There may very well be weeks where there's tons going on, and I want to go ahead and keep doing the podcast instead. And there might be weeks where there's like nothing going on, and I just really want to focus in on gameplay. We'll see how it goes. Okay? Anyway, welcome to the show and welcome to the week-ending day of streams here on DSP Gaming. It's been a great week with great progress in everything that I've been playing, including Death Stranding 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, GTA 4, which now is going to be on night streams. We wrapped up my coverage of Mario Kart World and I reviewed the game. And we've got nice chill streams going on of Minecraft and American Truck Sim. And of course, some fighting game action with Capcom versus SNK 2. So a great variety of stuff going on currently that I hope that you guys are enjoying. Now, what I would like to do today is briefly cover what we've been doing recently, but let you know what's coming up next week. Because next week's schedule is a little different. FYI, I'm off tomorrow, but when I come back on Sunday, it is only a 4-day streaming week. Oh, no. Streaming, well, obviously, that's absolutely terrible, right? You might say, well, why only 4 days of streaming? Well, it's not for a bad reason, okay? Basically, this month, as you guys know, was a mess for me. I missed an entire week of streaming against my will, unplanned. People are saying that was super loud. Was it really? Hold on. Let me test that again. How's that? Is that better? I have no idea why that was so loud. Something must have reset the volume level. Sorry about that. Let's test it again. That better? Sorry, I didn't mean to deafen you. It was set before, and I've used it before for some bizarre reason. Now it was messed up. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Looks like all the other audio clips are correct. Yeah, I have no idea. Look, I'm looking at them all right now. Like, for example, this one. They're all fine. I don't know what happened. Only that one was screwed up. All right. Hopefully it's fixed now. Anyway, sorry about that. For those of you who can still hear me. So here's the thing. Next week, I'm trying to play catch up after having lost that entire week of streams. I'm behind. I am. I'm behind on games. That's why we haven't started multiple playthroughs that people have wanted yet. And in addition, to no lie, that week set me back personally, to have a whole week where I was completely thrown for a loop and not what I normally would do. It basically made it so that I'm backed on personal stuff. So this week I need to have 2 days off, one for my usual running errands, doing grocery shopping, etc., but another day to run around and do appointments and things that normally I would have done and got all screwed up on. So I need 2 days off this coming week. And because of that, it will be 4 days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, of double streams. And that's the streaming week for me this coming week. I'll be off Thursday and Friday, but then the next week will be a longer week. Well, I'll be Saturday to Friday. Okay. And if you do the math and you think in your head, well, wait a minute, well, what's going to happen with this or that? I know that we're due for a marathon in early August. The last marathon I did was the July 4th Independence Day marathon, and that was about 3 weeks ago. So we need another marathon in a week or two. And so I was actually looking at the schedule and looking at, dates. And I actually think that the next day that would be perfect for a marathon would actually be Friday, August 8th. Okay? Friday, August 8th, the 8th of the week. Why? Well, that'll be my final day of a crazy long streaming week. I'm going to be streaming Saturday to Friday. It'll end the week on a high note. It'll be an exciting way to go into the weekend. I can recover the next day. Okay? So, what we need to talk about today is what that marathon will be. Now that we have a date locked in, Friday, August 8th, now we got to talk about what I'm doing. I've had 2 ideas, both of which I think are perfectly sound. One of which I would prefer to do. So, we'll talk about that in a moment. All right? But anyway, I hope that you're all in good spirits. And I just want to let you guys know, today, it is DSP Tries It Day. That's right. And you might say, wait, what? Well, what happened? I thought that you had 2 days earlier in the week where you didn't hit any goals. I thought that CVS 2 was your slowest stream in ages. It's very true. But at the same time, what's happened is people are showing up and supporting when they can. So it kind of makes up for it. Even though I'm not hitting the goals every day, there's some days I'm hitting double goals, right? So yesterday was awesome. We had an awesome supported stream of Donkey Kong Bonanza, where we not only hit, but we exceeded the first goal. And then on the second stream, the late stream of American Truck Sim, we hit over 2 goals. We hit like $400, some crazy amount. So, yeah, great stuff. Thank you guys for your support yesterday. It rocketed us towards 80 goals, which we hit. And so that means today it is time for DSP Tries It. Today I will be ordering from MLB Ballpark Bites, which is a ghost kitchen menu of pretzel dog offerings, sides, and a dessert. What I'm going to do is I'm going to order 1 hot dog. I'm going to order 1 other sandwich, either the, what do you call it? Bowser World, I have absolutely no idea what the hell you're talking about. Seriously. You distracted me in the chat. I have no clue what you're talking about. There's nothing going on right now. So you can stop with that nonsense. Anyway. So, now I got distracted. Oh, we're going to order from MLB Ballpark Bites. I'm going to order 1 hot dog, 1 other kind of sandwich, because they have 2 kinds. There's chicken and also steak. I'm going to decide between the 2. And then I'm going to probably get the dessert, which is donut bites with 2 kinds of dips. And we're going to see how it is. Now, I've never ordered from a ghost kitchen before. And I'll be fully reviewing it and talking a little bit about it as well. Yeah, let me put it this way. I think this is going to be a very unique episode of DSP Tries It, because there's going to be a bunch of firsts all covered in this episode. And that's going to take place on this stream. We're going to do the podcast. We're going to do about 2 hours or so of gameplay of Death Stranding 2. And then we're going to do DSP Tries It. So we're going to have 3 different things taking place on this podcast, which is really cool. Okay. Now, what we need to talk about right now is the next DSP Tries It. All right. As you know, I'd said that I would much rather start doing different businesses than these fast food. Like, I don't want to order from Burger King. I don't want to order from McDonald's, Taco Bell. I'm tired of it. I've been doing that endlessly. The food is crap, and I've pretty much had enough of it. So that's why we're giving it a break and we're trying different things, okay? For the next DSP Tries It, I actually want to order from a place that I've seen but never tried. It's a local franchise. There's a few of them in my area, but I think they're only local to the Washington State area. They're called Shake and Go, and it's a combination of gourmet burgers and other kinds of sandwiches, plus wraps. I think they have salads. I'm not sure. And also they have shakes, like gourmet shakes, all different kinds of flavors, okay? So I think that's what we're going to do next for when we hit 90 goals. That'll be good because it has a unique menu, and we can try a few of their unique things off the menu and see how they are, okay? So that'll be good. A first-time taste test ever, never had it, supports a more local business. That'll be cool. Now, some people have recently been contacting me and saying, hey, are you aware that this place is going to have a new tie-in meal and this place is going to have this? So I started looking into it, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. Fast food today is so effortless. What do I mean by that? I mean that, like, when I started DSP Tries It over a decade ago, the premise was, hey, I'm going to try unique things that are going on in food and other products as well. But the whole focus was supposed to be, let's try some weird stuff. Like, remember when KFC did the double down, 2 fried chicken breasts with cheese and bacon and sauce between them? That was insane. That is a truly unique episode of DSP Tries It, right? Or do you remember when Pizza Hut decided to do a stuffed crust pizza, but instead of like stuffed in the crust, they ripped the crust open. It was pools of grease and cheese. It was absolutely disgusting, but it was truly a unique episode of DSP Tries It. Today, fast food doesn't even try. Really. For example, yesterday or 2 days ago, I think it was Iron Man the Power on stream here said, Phil, are you aware that Wendy's is doing a new tie-in meal the first week of August? I said, oh, tell me about it. Oh, it's this new Wednesday Adam Meal of Misery, where because her season 2 of her new show is going to be on Netflix in August, it's going to be a tie-in with that. And I'm like, well, I've done tie-ins before. In fact, a year ago, I did the Addams Family tie-in over on Burger King. So I wonder what this could be. So I looked into it. Okay, are you ready for this? This meal at Wendy's consists of 10 nuggets, chicken nuggets, a small fry, and a Frosty. No, really, I just got to say it. What the fuck? What is wrong with Wendy's? There's nothing new there. You have that now. I can literally go to Wendy's now and get that. How is that a special tie-in meal? Oh, well, here's what they're doing. Branded packaging. So all the packaging has a W on it for Wednesday Addams. New dipping sauces that you can't pick. Yeah, so they're going to have 4 dipping sauces for the nuggets. When you order this meal, they give you 2 randomized dipping sauces, and you don't have the ability to choose them, and you don't even know what the flavors are. In fact, the names are stupid. One of them was like the dip of woe or something like that. What the fuck is that? So you can get 10 nuggets and get 2 sauces you like, or you might order 10 nuggets and get 2 terrible sauces you hate, and it would actually ruin the meal, and you have no ability to control that. Wendy says, too bad, we're just going to throw 2 random sauces in the bag and you deal with it. I'm not joking. That's the premise of the meal, is mystery sauces, and you don't know what they are. And then apparently the Frosty, they're calling it the Raven's Blood Frosty. Why? They're not telling anyone. So you know what it's going to be. Here, I'm going to tell you. Ready? They're going to make the regular nuggets. They're going to make a small fry. They're going to say, where the fuck is that stupid packaging that we don't remember to ever put it in because this is stupid? Some people will get the packaging, some people won't. They're just going to toss it in the bag. They're probably going to have a giant box of these sauces. They're never even going to look at them. They're just going to go, grab sauce, toss it in the bag. Who knows how many you'll get or what you'll get? You'll never know. You're not allowed to request the sauce. If you like one of them, too bad. You can't request it. You just get randomized sauces. That's the premise of the meal. And the Frosty is literally going to be a regular Frosty, and they're going to have a bottle of sauce. They're going to go and put it in your bag. Here's your Wendy's meal for like double the price. Huh? Yeah, I'm tired of this shit. The Minecraft meal, at least with the Minecraft meal at McDonald's, you got a little figurine that was collectible, and you got a code that you could redeem in actual Minecraft. So there was at least a bonus to doing it, right? You got something. This, you literally get nothing. You get a randomized meal you may not even like. Why? I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I refuse. I actually outright refuse. Wendy's is basically saying we put no effort into our food, and we want you to come pay for this garbage and pay double because it's a themed meal, and who cares if you like it? You get randomized sauce anyway. Get the hell out of here. No, Wendy's, I'm not wasting my time on you. You can keep your fucking stupid meal, and I'm going to go get food from somewhere else that actually puts effort into their menu. So what I'm going to do, as I said, next time I'm going to do shake and go for 90 goals. At 100 goals hit, maybe I'll order from a different kind of restaurant. Like, remember that I had ordered from Red Robin? So maybe I'll do something similar to that. Maybe I can order food from like IHOP or there's a few different local restaurants that do like good sandwiches and stuff. And I'm debating ordering from them, or I can actually go back to a good place that I've had previously that I haven't had. Like, we were talking about going back to Katsu Burger. Remember Katsu Burger I tried on November 1st of last year. I loved it, but we never went back. We can go back and maybe try some different things there. That's the kind of stuff I want to do for the next several episodes of DSP Tries It. I really want to give the crappy fast food chain bullshit a break because I'm just tired of it. They don't put any effort into their food, and they charge so much now. It ain't worth it. You know what's really broken me? That shitty ass Burger King meal I just ate. Like, that was seriously the worst. I mean, everything was bad. The wraps were bad, the burger was bad, and the shake was bad, or the drink was atrocious. I couldn't even eat it. And I'm like, I don't want to waste time and money on this. If I'm going to order food, I want to order something I'm at least going to eat and enjoy. You know what I mean? Like, that was a complete waste of time and money, and it hurt my stomach. Like, no, I'm done with this shit. So I'm going to start ordering from better places at this point, and we will likely go back to fast food later. We will, but I've just had enough of this bullshit. I'm not eating it, okay? Excuse me. So, today it is MLB Ballpark Bites for DSP Tries It on this very stream. The next one, when we hit 90 goals, will be Shake and Go. And then we'll work towards what's the 100 goals. We'll think about that. We'll talk about it maybe over the next week or two because we have some time to figure it out. Maybe we'll even coincide it with the upcoming marathon. It depends on timing and stuff. We'll have to see. Okay? Cool. All right. So anyway, that's that for that. How's everyone doing this morning? Because I see a bunch of people are here. What's going on, everyone? What's up, Chris? How are you this morning? Cracker Jacks, how are you? Jason's free fanfic says, what about Long John Silver's? We don't have Long John Silver's out here. Yeah, we don't. I could order something similar. There's Ivar's and other places, but sadly, we don't have Long John Silver's. Have I heard of Charlie's Chicken? No, I haven't. I don't think we have that either. I've never heard or seen of it. I could look for it, but I don't think that we have it here. Yeah, what's up, Joe? How you doing? Oh God, the Slugs. What a name. How are you? Good morning. Nick, good morning. How are you? What's going on over on Kick today? Let's take a look. Who's over there? Would I ever try Michelin star rated food? I mean, here's the thing. If you're going to have Michelin star rated food, you want to go to the restaurant and have the whole experience because it's going to be so expensive, right? That, you're talking about high-end gourmet food. Like, I'm sure there probably are Michelin star rated restaurants in Seattle, but I'm not going to order that for delivery, Why not do Applebee's? Because we looked into it and the menu looks fucking terrible. It just looks really bad. Like, the food just looks like the most awful low grade. Even, it's bad when you go to the online menu and the pictures of the online menu look like rubber. Like, the food looks fake. It's like, wow, it looks terrible. So why would I order it? So that's why not good. So that's the deal for DSP Tries It moving forward. I hope that sounds good. So if you want to see me try some awesome gourmet burgers and sandwiches and a custom-made shake with special flavors and stuff at this Shake and Go place, then let's get some support going. Let's hit a goal on this stream. Let's keep that momentum going because we got great momentum from yesterday. So let's keep that going into the new week. Remember, next week is a short week. So to get a head start today would be perfect. So maybe we could do a DSP Tries It by the end of next week. That would be dead on, great timing. Okay? There you go. Billy Bob did a $2 super chat. He says, some money towards new teeth you're getting. All right, thank you. As you know, I'm completely buying a whole new set of teeth. Okay, whatever you say, Billy Bob. Thanks. Okay, then. Thanks for the first contribution of the day, Billy Bob. All right, so let's get some support rolling. Let's get our first tip of the day. Let's get our first sub over on Kick, and let's get a membership. Let's get a little bit around, shall we? Spread it around. A good variety of support, if possible, here today on the show. Let's get a little bit of everything. Particularly, I'm looking over at Kick. This week has actually been one of my slowest weeks on Kick, and I don't know why. We started off strong, and then all of a sudden, it's been like dead since like Tuesday. So I don't know what happened over there. Let's go. Let's get some support rolling. Nick just gifted 5 memberships on YouTube. Thank you to Nick. Appreciate that, Nick. Those should start popping up momentarily to see who's getting them. Here we go. Thank you so much, Nick. Asking you shall receive, right? That's $15 of support, so thank you so much. So there we go. We got memberships and we got a super chat. Can we get a tip and can we get a sub? Can we get one of each? Let's go. Who's going to be the sub? Let's do it. Skinny Lemon did a $5 super chat. How much for you to play Helldivers again? Here's the thing. So originally when Helldivers came out last year, I didn't play it. I didn't listen. People were like, oh, it's just a team-based game. So I was like, team-based games, I don't really like them that much. I'm probably not going to like it. Eventually, I did get around to playing it on my PS4. Okay. And when I played it, I thought it was all right. It was addictive at first. I would say the gameplay loop of dropping, killing in waves, surviving, unlock new stuff, unlock. It was fun. But the problem was twofold. Number one, with only 2 enemy types, right? I think there were 2. It was the robots and it was the bug alien guys, right? With only 2 enemy types, it got real old real fast. Like, it got stale after, like, maybe a month of playing it because you've seen everything pretty relatively quickly. That's number one. Number two, once you've gotten the unlocks all the way to, like, the meta build, which I had like, the best air raid drops and shit. You play it more and more, and then you're like, all right, well, so what would be next? Well, next would have been like, oh, you team up with friends and you try to do raids and stuff. But I wasn't playing it to that level. I was just doing random stuff. So I got really bored with it. After about a month, I'd say a month and a half, and I was still playing it, and people were like, nah, we're bored of it. People were bored of the streams. I was bored of it, so we dropped it. Now, I'm well aware that the game has had tons of updates since then, rebalances. I guess there's a new enemy type and everything, but it's the same game. So I played it. I experienced it. I'm happy I did, but I'm not the kind of person that gets addicted to that kind of a gameplay loop and wants to keep going back timelessly, Basically, I'm like, been there, done that, seen it. I'm on to the next. I'm already moved on past it. So that's why I'm not too interested in it. So how much to see me play it? $1,000. If you drop $1,000 right now, Skinny Lemon, on the stream, we'll play Helldivers 2. So if you drop $1,000 right now, we'll do it. There you go. Actually, if I were to play Helldivers 2, I guess I should play it on PC, right? But that would mean restarting from scratch because I don't have it on PC. I had it on PlayStation. I think that's separate from your PC account. So that would kind of suck, having to start from 0. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we got super chats and we got memberships. Can we get our first tip and our first sub? Let's get that going. All right. Nick, yes, you will be harassed for supporting me. Everyone who supports me gets harassed because of this insane group of stalkerish losers who follow me around the internet. I apologize for that. All you can do is, best advice I can give you. I swear to you, this will be great advice. Ignore it all, block and move on. Don't give them the time of day. Do not say a word. Do not react to them. Do not respond to them. That is exactly what they're looking for. These are actual no-life losers who sit around doing nothing all day. All they do is sit on the internet and troll people. So if you give them a response, that's exactly what they want, and then they will continue. If you completely ignore it, they'll move on. That's the best advice I can give you. I know it's hard because a lot of people, they take the bait. Just don't take the bait. You'll be fine. But everyone gets harassed who supports. Seriously, every single person who's ever supported me has gotten harassed. I'm not kidding. And I apologize for that. Surely, I'm not responsible for it, but I am sad it happens, and I wish I could stop it. Sadly, I don't have a way to stop it. Okay. All right. So continuing on, Skinny Lemon did a $10 super chat. He says, here's 10. That's the best I can do, laughing out loud. Well, obviously, Skinny Lemon, I was not expecting you to drop $1,000 right now. Obviously, the point I'm making is I'm not very interested. But if someone were to now drop $985 for Helldivers 2, we would play it right now. So let's see if someone drops $985 and we'll play Helldivers 2. I'm sure that will happen. Okay. All right. So thank you guys for the early support. I appreciate you. And let's see if we can actually get, like I said, our first tip of the day via PayPal would be great. And our first sub of the day over on Kick would be great. Let's see if we can get some support there. All right. Excuse me. So, folks, here's the deal. We've determined the next DSP Tries It, and I'm excited for that. But now we got to talk about the schedule for the week and the upcoming marathon. First of all, let's take a look at the schedule for the coming week. This is a weird week, admittedly. It's a weird one because it's going to be a week where I'm only here 4 days, which is not a lot compared to my normal streaming schedule of 6 days, okay? So I'm off tomorrow. When I come back on Sunday, it'll be the premiere of Luto. This is a psychological horror game that just came out a few days ago and is reviewing pretty well. Like, people are actually rating it quite high. So I'm curious to try it. From what I understand, it's around 5 hours long, so it'll only be about 2 streams to get through the game, okay? Then it's going to be GTA 4 with mods returning on Sunday night, okay? And that's now a night stream for the foreseeable future. If it does really well, then I'll consider bringing it back to a day stream slot, but it didn't do well earlier this week, so that's why we're putting it on night streams for now, okay? On Monday, Donkey Kong Bonanza will continue, and then we're going to have our American Truck Sim chill stream for the week. On Tuesday, this will be the day when I'm not going to do a podcast, okay? And then we're going to do Tony Hawk 3 and 4 Collection premiering, so I'm going to have a 4-hour chunk of Tony Hawk 3 and 4 premiering on Tuesday. We'll give it a shot and see if it's any good. If it works out well, I'll keep it in the rotation. If we play it the one time and people are like, it's too repetitive and boring, then we won't keep it in the rotation, but it's worth a shot to give it a try. And then on Tuesday night will be our weekly Minecraft chill stream. Now, the one day you're not seeing there, because the schedule is not long enough to put that on there, Wednesday, which will be July 30th, there will be a podcast, and I'm going to be doing Death Stranding 2 on the first stream, and then it's going to be Wednesday night fights, Capcom versus SNK 2 on Wednesday night, and that's the week. So just think about that. Luto, GTA 4, Donkey Kong Bonanza, American Truck Sim, Tony Hawk, Minecraft, Death Stranding 2, CVS 2. 8 different games in a 4-day streaming week. So obviously that means we're not going to make much progress in any of the games, but it's going to be a heck of a lot of variety, right? It's going to be an interesting week here of variety and fun on DSP Gaming. Now, when I come back, because I'll be off Thursday, Friday, when I come back on that Saturday, it's going to be a 7-day streaming week where I will be here Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And if you do the math and you do look at the dates and everything, that Friday will be August 8th. So what I would like to do is do a 6-day streaming week of regular schedule. And then on Friday the 8th, I would like to end the week with a big bang, with a marathon, a day-long event, a special thing going down. Now, What should the marathon be? Okay. We basically have two options that we've talked about and kind of sorted out that people would want to see that we could do, one for August and one for September. Because the thing is, for the rest of the year, we're pretty much set. In October, I always do a Halloween horror marathon where I dress up in a Halloween costume and we do a variety of horror games that you guys nominate. In November, we typically do something special around Thanksgiving. I've done ad-apocalypses before, but we've also done themed gaming marathons. And this year, maybe we'll do a combination. We'll see. And then in December, we always do a Christmas-themed marathon, right? So we're good till the end of the year once we hit October. But what we need is marathons for August and September, all right? So I have two ideas that I want to run, can't speak, that I want to run by you all. To be honest, I know what I want to do, but I want to see what you guys think. All right? Marathon idea number one is the return and the continuation of the Mega Man Rageathon. If you remember, way earlier this year, I did a Mega Man marathon. In fact, the Mega Man Rageathon was January 8th, 2025. So it was 7 months? Almost 7 months ago. Jeez, time flies. It certainly doesn't feel like it was that long ago, does it? Not to me. To me, it seems like that was like recent. But no, it wasn't recent at all. Wow. Okay. So, in regards to this marathon, what this marathon will encompass is me playing through Mega Man 4, 5, and 6 for only the second time. If you're not aware, I'm looking at it right now. The last time that I played these games, that's it right there, 14 years ago. August of 2011 was actually the last time that I played them. So this is the 14-year anniversary of me playing these games. Pretty insane to think about, huh? So I don't even remember, I don't remember. Mega Man 4 I owned when I was a kid, but 5 and 6 I never even played until 2011. So this is going to be wild 14 years later to play them again, okay? So the Mega Man Rageathon, why is it a Rageathon? Because these games are quite hard to play when inebriated, and these marathons, you guys get me drunk. Basically, for every level of support, I have to take a shot. And that's what I'm going to do this time. I'll probably have a variety of liquors. I'll probably still have those 99 flavor shots. I'll probably have some kind of a whiskey, some kind of a tequila. I'll get various different things. And I'll have you guys have me taking shots while I'm trying to play Mega Man. And it should be pretty fun. I've wanted to continue that marathon since January when I bought the Mega Man Legacy Collection, but we just never got around to it. So this time around we will. And I hope that you guys will join me for that when we do it. But the other idea that we had for a marathon, I think is equally interesting. This is the Bad Games Marathon event, meaning the whole idea of the event is for me to play well-known bad video games. So, for example, a perfect idea for this marathon event would be Big Rigs Over-the-Road Racing. This is a game that is infamous across the internet for being an unfinished garbage game. Literally, it doesn't even work. But it's funny to mess around with for a bit. Okay? The Angry Video Game Nerd infamously made an episode of this many, many years ago. That's very funny. So it would be cool to mess around with. I've never played it before. Okay? Also, a game like Bad Rats. Again, infamously bad game. But the thing is, in order to figure that out, I would need your input. What are bad games infamously that I could get for that event? That event would take a little bit of planning. If we work on it now, we could probably put it together by August 8th. Okay? So either event makes sense to me. I think either event would be a good event and would be exciting. Personally, what would I like to do? Personally, in August 8th, I would like to do the Mega Man event. Why? Because that's easy to set up, easy to execute, easy to start hyping and planning for and getting excited for right now. And it would give us an extra month to actually get the games together for the Bad Games Marathon event that we could do in September. Okay? That's why, honestly. Like, I think giving it a little bit more time makes sense rather than trying to rush to put it together in like a week and a half and then we don't get good games for it. Okay? That's what I think. So, what do you guys think? Would you guys be okay with the Mega Man event on August 8th and then doing this bad or worst games ever marathon in September? And then, like I said, then we work on the Halloween event in October for Halloween. That'll be perfect, right? Basically, people are saying both sound good. Okay. If everything sounds good and you guys are, that sounds good to me, to you. All right. I think we should do the Mega Man Rageathon Part 2, or maybe Mega Man Rageathon, The Return, on August 8th. Does that sound good? All right. Let's do it. Oh, people are saying August 8th is the release of Mafia: The Old Country. Oh, is it? Well, can we delay it? Can we just freaking delay it till the 10th? Because I'll do the marathon that day, and then I'll take that next day I'll have off, and we'll just play it all day on the 10th then, that Sunday. Is it really that big of a deal if I play Mafia: The Old Country on release day? Can we wait like 2 days? Thanks for telling me though, Stormforce Gamer. I appreciate that. Is that okay with everyone? That we just play Mafia all day on Sunday? See, because the other thing is, we could do the marathon on the 10th, Sunday the 10th, but then it's a little weird because the marathon would be the first day of a week. Like, that would be odd to do a marathon the very first day of the week and then to have a normal week after it. That's weird. I think it's better to end the week with the marathon than start it, right? What do you guys think? I don't know. Like, I want to do the right thing. I want to get feedback and I want to do the right thing. I didn't realize that Mafia came out on the 8th. Now, some people are saying play Mafia on release day and others are like, no, do the marathon. Ugh. You do understand that there's no such thing as day one views for me, right? Like, unless it's a giant release, which Mafia isn't. Giant releases, yeah. But I don't think that doing Mafia on or not on release day is going to affect the playthrough, being honest. Exactly. Friday is a great day for a marathon. I know. Take a look at the Indivestance Day we just did. It went really well. We got a lot of attendees because I think I did it on a Friday. Friday just seems to be a good day for a marathon. All right, well, how about this? It seems like people are undecided. We're torn on this. Let's say this. The marathon will either be August 8th or August 10th. It will be one of those days. We just haven't locked in the date yet. But it will be the Mega Man Rageathon, continuing part 2 of the Mega Man Marathon, where it's Mega Man 4 through 6, while I'm inebriated on stream, which is going to make it way more challenging, right? I think that would be special. And something good to do. But I just don't know which day yet. Let's figure it out. Either way, it doesn't matter. We can do Mafia on the 8th, and then the marathon on the 10th, and the marathon on the 8th, and Mafia on the 10th. It's a moot point. I don't think it's going to affect views or anything. We'll talk about it over the next week. We'll lock it in soon because I want to have the date locked in soon so people can plan, I can plan, everyone can know when to be there. But for now, let's not lock it in. Yes, it just seems like we're undecided. We're indecisive about when to do it, okay? So that'll be the marathon for August. Then, in September, okay, taking a look at the release window of games. So September 4th, we got the Indiana Jones DLC as well as Hell Is Us. I don't know if I'm playing Hell Is Us. The end of September, we got Silent Hill F and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. So I think the best time to do a marathon in September would be dead middle of the month. Right in the middle of September, at some point on one of those weekends, we will do the worst games ever marathon, where we will find probably like 5-6 really bad games and play through them during that marathon event. Okay? So that'll be middle of September, and then end of October is when we're going to be doing the Halloween marathon event as usual. Okay? Cool. All right. Sounds like a plan. And that'll get us through, till the end of the year for marathons. It'll be easy to figure out. Very nice. Okay. Let's do some shout outs. And then after the shout outs, we will take a look at, what's funny is you guys said You wanted me to react to this Battlefield 6 trailer. And now people are like, why is Phil reacting to the Battlefield 6 trailer? It's just two minutes of cinematics. You asked me to. People asked me to do it. That's why I was going to do it. If you would prefer that I wait, because people are saying that I guess gameplay is supposed to come out soon. If you want me to wait for the gameplay and then react to everything together, maybe we should do it then. Do it that way instead. Would you rather have me wait and do all the reacting in one go? Because right now, apparently, there's zero gameplay. Maybe that makes more sense. Anyway, some shout outs here. So Skinny Lemon became a super supporter this morning. Now, Skinny Lemon, are you here? I think super supporter is $10, right? And I think I get like $6 or $7 out of a super supporter. So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, Skinny Lemon. I'll say it's $7, and we'll add that to our total for today. I think it's like $7. So thank you for that, Skinny Lemon. I appreciate your membership, and thanks for joining at the super supporter level. First tip of the day came in here. Let's take a look. It's Troll. Ignore that. Second tip of the day. Let's see here. There you go. Someone tipped $2 and said, advice to anyone who gets harassed for supporting Phil. The best thing to do is wherever they're harassing you, just block them outright. Do not engage or support, do not engage or respond, because even mentioning it publicly, is what they want. You're exactly right. That is actually the best advice. The best way to support is to just support and ignore the nonsense. Do not engage with it whatsoever. If you even talk about it in chat, they think that they got a W out of it. Oh, yeah, they mentioned me, So it's all good. Sorry that it happens. If it does happen to you, just ignore it, and it should go away. The worst thing you could do is to keep talking about it, because then they basically I'm getting the attention I seek, and then they try to do more. You see? There you go. Okay. I have received a generous contribution. I received a $50 tip from Lisa Lou this morning. Thank you, Lisa Lou, for a $50 contribution. Let's get that on the leaderboard. Thank you so very much to Lisa Lou. Lisa Lou says, I can't make Friday Night Fights tonight, but I just wanted to show some early support. Well, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. I'll be honest, I don't know how Friday Night Fights is going to go tonight. For a while there, CVS2's been doing really well, and I'm getting much better at the game, and we're having great matches against higher level players and everything. But I played it the other day, and it was no support at all. We made $30 all night, which was very frustrating when I'm playing these high-end matches, and I'm doing really well, and then basically no one's there to support it. But then last night, someone came by on my late stream and said, hey, I couldn't be there for CVS2, so I wanted to support tonight, and now Lisa Lou's doing the same. So here's the thing. And I said this before, so I'll just reiterate. It's not about hitting a goal every single stream. Obviously, that's what you want to do. That's what I aim for. But it's just not feasible. That's why, that is why we got rid of the streak. Okay? The streak doesn't work. The streak is essentially saying we need to be hitting goals every stream, and if we don't, the streak resets, and then you get no reward because we didn't hit a streak. I don't think that's fair, because not everyone can physically be here for the streams. You know what I'm saying? There are people who can only watch on demand. There are people who can be here for certain streams, but not every stream. Listen, I don't have a fan base of 400,000 people. I don't. I probably have a few thousand dedicated viewers who like what I do, and then I probably have 10 to 20,000 haters who just hate everything I do. And all those people watch all my content in various ways. Some watch it live, some watch it on demand, some watch it here, some watch it illegally rebroadcast elsewhere, right? But not everyone could just be here every stream to support. Sometimes what happens is I'll have 2 slow streams, and all of a sudden the next day I'll have a crazy good day, because people will come by and be like, I couldn't be here yesterday, but I'm here today. Here's support. And then we hit multiple goals. That's exactly what happened this week. This week, early on in the week, 2-3 straight days, we were hitting multiple goals on every stream. It was like, holy crap. Then we had a day of nothing, a day of stagnation. But then all of a sudden we came back and it was good again. You know what I mean? So that's how it works. And I know that, all right? I do. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my God, it's the end of everything. The sky is falling because we had a slow CVS2 stream 2 days ago. I'm not just going to throw in the towel and say, we're done with the game. At the same time, if I see a pattern, if I notice that every time I play CVS2, the stream's dead, then that's a problem. The thing is, we had the slow stream, and then yesterday someone came by and supported, and now we got someone coming by and supporting. You see? So, I'm not too worried about it. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you so much, Lisa Lou. I mean, that skyrockets us forward now to over $90 of support on this stream, where we've got only about 50 more to go to hit the goal and get started towards our next DSP Tries It, which is Shake and Go, right? So thank you very much, Lisa Lou, for that. Appreciate that. And anyone else, what I would say is now we got some tips, we got some super chats, we got some memberships. Now I'm looking at Kick. Hey, what's going on over there? Let's get our first sub of the day on Kick. One sub. One sub. One sub on Kick. Come on. Let's do it. One singular sub. We can get one sub right now on Kick. Let's get some support for the probably 100 people that are watching me over there. Let's see how many are over there right now. You ready? 92 people are watching me on Kick. That's a lot. That's actually a significant amount. I didn't think there would actually be that many. I thought it'd be like 70, 60 today. There's 100 people or 90-something people. Let's get one sub. One sub. One freaking sub. Come on. No. Someone just said no. Well, that's it. I'm turning the stream off right now. So much for you. I hope that you enjoyed the stream because that's all you're getting today. Turn that sucker off in 3, 2, 1. All right. Hopefully we get some support from Kick today. All right? Because let me tell you something. Support from Kick seems to be up and down and all around all the time. Sometimes I'll have a week and it'll be like a crazy overabundance of support from the Kick viewers. We'll have a lot of viewers. We'll have a lot of people gifting subs and everything, and it's great. And then we've got like a week where it's like dead and there's like nothing. This week, the first 2 days of this week, Sunday, Monday, were amazing. And then all of a sudden, since Tuesday, Kick has been almost like a ghost town for support. There's been a few people. I'm not going to say, oh, there's been none. If you take a look at the leaderboard, the weekly leaderboard here, so your future steps had Darkside Jasper and Thiologist and also Christ is King. We're all great. But outside of that, as you can see, a lot of the regulars have not been around, right? They're just not here. Where's Harsh But Fair? Where's Lance Catamaran? Where is everyone? Where'd they been? So that's it. Kick basically is like feast or famine. Really, it is. It's like feast or famine. So let's see how it goes. And for the record, because people say this, yes, I am in the Kick Partner Program. Yes, I get paid for getting viewed on Kick. It's not a lot of money. It's way lower than you think. Let me put it this way. It's way lower than minimum wage anywhere around the world. It's terrible, okay? But it's good for like long streams, like on a marathon day, it's good. But only on things like that. For the normal streams, it's not a lot, all right, at all. So just getting a few subs, it means the world. It's way better than, oh, let's just hope that I get some good views today so I can make some partner revenue. It's pittance. Okay, it is. It's pittance. You only make good partner revenue if you have like thousands of viewers on your stream, which is never going to happen for me on Kick because I co-stream. Being a co-streamer, I'll never bring in numbers on Kick, you know? If I exclusively did some streams on Kick, maybe I would boost those numbers, but it's never going to happen the way that I stream. So, most tasteless just gifted a sub on Kick. Most Tasteless, we got our first sub of the day. There you go. Thank you to Most Tasteless. We finally got some Kick support today. I can finally put something here for top subs. Boy. All right, so that gets us to $96 of support. Thank you. And it looks like I got another membership from Noah. Noah on YouTube has become a member. Thank you so much, Noah. It's a standard, so that is $3 of support. Gets us up to $99 of support today. Thank you to Noah. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. Great early support. $99, 51 away from hitting our goal. Thank you guys very much for that. All right. So here's the deal. We've determined that today I'll be getting MLB ballpark bites, and I'll be getting probably 2 sandwiches and a dessert. We determined the next DSP Tries It will be Shake and Go when we hit 90 goals. We determined the next marathon will be the Mega Man Rageathon Part 2, where I will be playing Mega Man 4, 5, and 6 while inebriated. We just don't know the exact date yet. It'll either be August 8th or 10th. We're juggling that idea, okay? So we got a lot done already. I think we'll hold off on the Battlefield React simply because I don't think that it makes sense to do it now. If you guys are saying there's nothing to it, it's just a cinematic. Maybe what I'll do is I'll react to the cinematic and the gameplay once it's all available. That way I can give you my full thoughts in one big digestible clump. Sound good? Okay, so what do we got? Well, we got a half an hour to just chill and talk about whatever you guys want. So what do you guys want to talk about today? Tag me in either chat. Let's do a little bit of Q&A. And let's try to see, can we hit the support goal before the podcast ends? Because if we do, then we don't have to worry about it at all during Death Stranding 2. We can just chill. All right? Stormforce Gamer says, I almost said Dark Souls 2. In Death Stranding 2, you get an order for Pizza Chef to collect empty pizza boxes. There's also another item for him in the camp. Delivering that will give you a crazy fun reward. All right, so we should look for a pizza box collection quest and look for extra items when we're doing it. Sounds good. What brand of controller do I use on PC the most? Xbox Elite 2 controller. I also have the Mashanike, what is it called? The G5 V2 Pro. That's what I was using for a while. But for some reason, some games don't work with it. And I don't know why. Like Mind's Eye didn't work with it. GTA 4 with mods doesn't work with it. Other games work fully with it. So I use it when I can, but I can't use it for everything. What is a ghost kitchen? A ghost kitchen is a business that sells food exclusively for delivery. They don't sell the food in person at a sit-down location. You can only get it through a delivery app. So that's why it's a ghost kitchen. It exists, but it's not really a physical location you can visit. They call it a ghost kitchen. These all started during COVID, where certain places would actually sell their food. Like one of them was Chuck E. Cheese. Well, obviously no one was going to Chuck E. Cheese during COVID. So they started selling their pizza as like Peppino's Pizza or something like that. And people would order and have it delivered, but they didn't know they were actually getting the pizza from Chuck E. Cheese. You see? Okay. Color coordination check. Am I all color coordinated today? Well, let's see. Brown shirt, beigeish brown overshirt, orange, brownish, and a little bit of blue shorts, and tannish brown socks. So yes, I'm fully color coordinated today. I am professional. I'm no longer bum-ass Phil, who sits around just wearing a stupid gamer shirt and pajama pants. I am nicely coordinated. I'm ready to go. And if I need to hide out in the desert, no one will ever be able to see me. I'll just die right into the dunes, and that's... I am fully camouflaged for desert hiding today. So there you go. Very nice. That's correct. This is all due to LTG. This has nothing to do with the fact that I started making way more money and I could actually afford to get myself nice outfits, which I would have worn years ago if I could afford them, right? No, that's nothing to do with that. Okay. Have I played my Switch 2 at all in handheld mode? Not once. I seriously have never held it, besides launch day when we unboxed it and everything. I've never turned it on in handheld mode. Nope. Am I going to keep music on when I play Tony Hawk? So the good news is that the new Tony Hawk 3 and 4 collection has a streamer mode that has new music created specifically for people who want to stream and record the game that will not have issues on YouTube. So I'll be using streamer mode when I play it. We will not have the original soundtrack from the game, but there will be in-game music that was created just for this reason. So that's a good thing. T-Wad did a £2 super chat. Walter White wants his wardrobe back. You think Walter White wore clothes like this? Huh? No, he didn't. Did you actually watch Breaking Bad? He didn't wear anything like this. Have I ever thought about playing a game called The King is Watching? No, I don't know what that is. Never heard of it. Yes, I am playing Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater next month. End of next month, right? Very end of the month, I think. Per low-key, I already answered this question recently, like multiple times. Why are you asking it again? Seriously. It's a question I answered earlier this week on the podcast. It's something we talked about last night on the Truck Sim stream. Why am I going to say the same answer a third time in the same week? I mean, what's your problem? Aren't you watching every single piece of content that I put out to get caught up on these topics? Why not? You should be. If you're not, well, that's your fault. Go back and watch the rest of the week before you bother me with these inane questions that I've already answered. How dare you? You actually missed the Truck Sim stream? What are you, stupid? Go back and watch it right now. I love it. Spawn Killer says, you say you can't hit every goal possible, but then you get upset when you don't hit a goal. You're correct. The ultimate goal is to always be hitting the goal. Did you ever, okay, you know the philosophy of like a real estate agent or an insurance person, always, ABC, always be closing. That's the goal, is to always have a job or a work or a deal closing. If you always have something closing, you're good. You understand? So the ultimate goal is to be hitting the goal every stream. Now, it's not possible, and everyone knows that, including me. That doesn't mean that that's not the goal. We want to hit the goal every single stream possible. It's just not always possible. But some days it's possible to have multiple goals. Other days we won't have any goals, right? But if I can get into the methodology that we're almost always hitting goals, then everything's great. You understand? Then I would much rather have it be, it's the exception to the rule that we're not hitting the goal. You understand? If it's normal to be hitting a support goal and the odd thing out is that we're not, that's good. That means I'm healthy. That means everything's safe. The business is good. I can afford stuff whenever I need it. I can get upgrades to equipment. I can afford clothes. I can afford food for my family. Everything is good. If it's the rarity that we hit the goal, that's bad. You see? You have to try to have it so that the idea is to always be being successful. In life, you can't always at 100% of the time be winning. There will always be times you can't win, and there's nothing you can do about that. But in general, you want to be winning when you can, right? There you go. But that's why we changed it. Remember, we had it on a streak system where the only time that we did rewards and celebrations was when we had a streak of support. But then every once in a while, the streak would end and it was disappointing, and it's not fair. That's not fair to the viewers and supporters that we had a one-off stream, that's not right. So that's why we now have it as these cumulative counting up goals as opposed to, it resets if we don't hit one, That's dumb. So that's why I think this works much better. We're having fun. We're doing DSP Tries It frequently. We're doing marathons and having fun. We're having all kinds of good stuff go on. I'm able to afford things like on a whim. Hey, Phil, can you get this game? Sure, why not? Hey, can you get a wheel accessory that's like $300? Sure, let's do it. Why not? We can do all of that because you guys are awesome and you're supporting me because we're hitting goals frequently. Get it? The streak doesn't really make sense. The streak was great for like the couple months that it worked, but it was never going to continuously work that way, It wasn't realistic. Am I going to watch Happy Gilmore 2? Yeah, I guess it comes out today. If it comes out today on Netflix, maybe I'll watch it. We'll see. We'll see if I have time to watch it over the next couple of days if I remember. I might check it out. Do I like history? No. I absolutely hate history. I hate the fact that things happen and we have to remember that they happened and we talk about it after the fact. Everything should always be lived spur of the moment, not remembering anything from past experience, consistently remaking the same mistakes over and over, never learning from any of them. That's how I like it. Hate history. Oh, brother. Oh, yeah? You saw Fantastic Four First Steps and it was very good. Well, I'm glad to hear that. To be honest, I think I'm really burnt out on the whole MCU thing. I haven't seen an MCU movie in ages. I have no desire to, honestly. I'm way more excited to see this Superman movie because at least it's the start of something, new and fresh, as opposed to this MCU that's now been around like 15 years. I don't have a go-to game outside of streams because I don't actually game outside of streams. As I've explained, I think we have some newcomers today, so I might as well lay some groundwork here. When I became a full-time gamer slash streamer, which was back in 2011 when I actually made this my job instead of just my hobby, I made it so that I would have a split between my private personal life and my public one. And the split is that all of my gaming is done publicly with all of you interactively, right? Because I do so much gaming all day long, the last thing I would want to do is then leave this room and go do more gaming. Because then there's no division, no separation between the public and the private, you see? When I'm out of here, I do my best to not be gaming. I spend time with my family. I do things around the house. On my days off, I go out constantly because that's the one day a week I'm out and about. So I'm doing anything but playing video games when I'm not in this room. And it works because let me tell you, I feel like there's too many people who do overload themselves too much with stuff, and then you get burned out. Because a lot of people say, well, how do you not get burned out? Well, there's two reasons I don't get burned out. Number one, because I separate the private from the public, and I have that separation where I don't game off stream. And number two, because I do a variety of stuff when I'm on stream. Hell, next week, I literally just said I'm doing 8 different games on 8 different streams. How could I possibly get burned out when every single time I do something, I'm doing something different, right? There's a lot of content creators out there. They only do one thing. Every time I play a game, it's Fortnite or a Call of Duty or a Street Fighter, right? I'm happy to not do that, that I'm a good variety content creator. So that way I'm never bored. I'm always doing something new and different. You know what I mean? Now, the downside and the drawback of that is that it takes me longer to get through stuff. Other content creators probably beat a game in a week or two that takes me a month. But at the very least, I never get bored. And the audience doesn't either. We have a good time together with the variety of stuff that I do. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine if I gamed all day and then I came off stream and I went and gamed again? Like, oh, God. No, what I do a bunch of stuff off stream. I hang out with my wife and we watch stuff together. We listen to music. I watch her game. We watch other creators and videos and streamers as well together. We go out and we do stuff together, you know. We have a pet cat named Jasper who we spend a lot of time with. We upkeep the house. We like nature. We have all kinds of local nature and things that we like to look at and spend time with. So we're busy. We are very, very busy. Outside of me streaming, my life is very full. I'm not bored. Like, I'm not a kind of guy that has time to sit around and be like, man, I'm bored. I'm the complete opposite. I don't have time to be bored. I'm always busy doing stuff. Are we ordering a 12-inch wiener or just a 6-incher? I don't know. We'll have to see the size of the wiener when it shows up. Who knows? I'll have to pull out a tape measure and measure the wiener. See how big it is as I feed it into my mouth and devour it live on camera. There you go. How exciting. Oh, you guys. You guys are absolutely disgusting freaks. You know that? Yeah, I haven't seen that one. You're Not Funny says the only Marvel movie that I saw involving the multiverse stuff was the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, which was directed by Sam Raimi. Yeah, I basically stopped watching, stopped watching Marvel movies at Infinity War. Or what was it, Infinity War Endgame? Whatever the second one was. That was the last movie I saw of Marvel. Haven't seen a single Marvel movie since. Don't regret it. I think that was the right time to stop. right? Like this whole phase that they've been doing for 2, 3 years sounds awful. The only other thing that I saw after that was I did see the Wandaverse or whatever, WandaVision. I saw WandaVision. That was the last thing that I saw, WandaVision. And after that, I never saw another Marvel thing ever again, and I don't regret it. Maybe one day I'll play catch up. I'll just get Disney Plus and I'll catch up on everything in one go. But the best Marvel movie ever was Blade One. You know, that was a different era. That was so different when they were trying to actually start doing superhero movies in the 90s and early 2000s. They all just had a completely different vibe. Like, go back and watch the X-Men movies, the original ones, or go back and watch Blade. They don't feel like Marvel movies from today because today they're all different. You know, they changed the entire attitude, vibe, feel to the movies. Back then, they were trying to be like these serious superhero movies. All right, guys. Well, anything else to talk about? Tag me in chat. Let's see. If not, you know, we could always end the podcast a little on the earlier side. And I'll take my break and then we'll jump into Death Stranding 2. Remember, I am doing DSP Tries It today. So that's going to take a little bit of time off the end of the stream. Do I like dinosaurs? No, I absolutely hate dinosaurs. No matter what, I never want to talk about them, think about them. I have dinosaur phobia, for sure. Yeah, Demolition Man I saw, of course. Demolition Man was a great movie, very prophetic about a lot of the nonsense that happens today actually was foretold by Demolition Man. Go watch the movie if you don't believe me. It's also a very funny movie. Well-written movie. No, I don't even know what those are. I never heard of Hold Fast, Nations at War, or Medieval Dynasty, but they sound like those kind of strategy RPG games where you plot out an army and stuff. I'm not really into those, nor is my audience. I never really played one of those on stream. No, I never did old school RuneScape. I know what it is. People have told me about it, but I never played it. I find it hilarious you just call it old school RuneScape. Like, what do they call it that because there's a modern RuneScape, but everyone likes the original one better, so they just say old school RuneScape? Is that what it is? No, I didn't watch the Battlefield 6 trailer because people told me not to because they said it's only 2 minutes of cinematics and I should wait for the gameplay to be released, which is coming out soon, supposedly. So I'm just going to wait and we'll watch it all together when it's available. There's a RuneScape 3 and OSRS. I don't know what that means. Oh, old school RuneScape is the older version but remastered. Oh, okay. In 10 years, do I think Microsoft will be producing an Xbox game console? That's a tough question. I would like them to be, but they'd have to recover from their awful leadership that they have right now that's basically tanking that part of their business. So I guess we'll see. Am I going to use the mouse for Metroid Prime 4? I don't know. Supposedly you can't aim with the mouse capability of the Joy-Con, and I could probably like do it here, you know, on my table. But I don't know if that'll make it any better or not. Did I see the game Look Outside, a horror turn-based RPG? It's really good. I think we put that on the wish list, didn't we? That sounds familiar. Look Outside. I think I did put it on my wish list. Yeah, we saw this before. I don't know why. I thought I put it on my wish list. I guess I didn't. It just came out, right? Oh, it came out in March. It does look interesting. But again, this would have to be something we could do when I'm doing indie games and stuff, which we're not right now. You know, we're looking for like something to fill a time slot. Who's worse, Phil Spencer or Don Matrick? See, the problem is there's not a situation where one's worse. They're just both bad. Don Matrick was so controlling and so hands-on with what he saw as the future of gaming, but he was ahead of his time. Like an all-digital future with always online internet being required, everything being digital distribution. All that stuff makes sense now. It just didn't over 10 years ago when he presented the Xbox One. Now things have changed, right? And the fact that he's like, you have to have the Kinect with your Xbox One when no one wanted it. Like, basically, he was full of himself and just believed he knew better than everybody else, right? Phil Spencer's the opposite. Like, he's the kind of laid-back dude bro. Instead of, I know better than you because I have a silver spoon in my mouth and I'm a rich, smart bitch, he's Mr. Casual. Mr. Oh, well, I play games and I know what the gamer wants. But then he basically makes all these huge missteps and no one holds him accountable for it. He buys all these studios, but he doesn't make sure that the studios are actually making any games anyone wants to play. So a whole bunch of games come out that suck ass and Microsoft has no offerings for their console. So then he decides to pivot the business to instead being, hey, we're our own console with great first-party games, to be everything's third-party. Just sell our games to everyone. Everything's an Xbox, port everything, Game Pass everything. But that's not what you're in the business of. He thinks the best way to guide Microsoft is to make them a distributor rather than a developer. I don't think that's the case. I think that they could still be an amazing developer, but there needs to be good actual management and control, which is something he's not capable of. He doesn't have the know-how, the experience, and the intelligence to be a good leader. He's a dunce. He's a nice guy, dunce, but he's still a dunce. And you can't have a company led by a dunce. That's the problem. I don't think Don Matrick was a dunce. I just think he was a dick, which is different. Like, he was very smart. He had good ideas, but he's trying to force feed them down everyone's throat and saying, I know better than you. That's not going to work. You know, you have to convince people why they want what you're offering, not just say it's for your own good. That's why Don Matrick failed. But Phil Spencer is just a fucking idiot, and he doesn't know what he's doing, and he's ruining Microsoft, and someone has to stop him, but no one is. It's pretty sad. Mozzie did a $5 super chat and says, for a marathon, I suggest simulator games. When you go to the liquor store, maybe we could do that eventually, all simulator stream, to try like 5-6 different simulators. Yeah, that might work, because there's a ton of simulators out there, actually. When you go to the liquor store, pick up neutral vodka seltzers. Neutral. I'm going to take a picture, I'm serious, of the chat right now, because 3 times I've been suggested this, and every time I forget to check into it. Every single time. I also like your suggestion of simulator games. So, good suggestions. I'll look into that. Thank you for a $5 super chat, Mozzie. And I got a $1.50 tip. Please, sir, I'm begging you, will you play 90s FMV horror games? Yeah, I might eventually, too. That's another thing that we talked about as an interesting marathon, but we never got around to it. How about this? So, for the next marathon, we absolutely 100% will do the Mega Man Marathon, Mega Man Rageathon. We just don't know if it's August 8th or 10th. But then that September marathon will leave open. It can either be the worst games ever marathon. It could be a simulator marathon where we do a bunch of simulator games. Or it could be a 90s FMV horror marathon. What do you think? Any of those I think would be good. It would be something different. Very good. We can figure it out. We'll talk about it over the next month to determine what the September marathon will be. I think that makes sense. You won't support the Mega Man Marathon, you're being honest. Well, you don't support now either. So it won't change anything, I guess. It'll have no impact on my decision because you just sit there like a lump and don't support anyway. Okay. All right, everyone. Let's go ahead and end the podcast. Thank you all for a great show. We got a lot done today. Good productive talk, and I appreciate that. Thank you all for chilling with me here on the Level 1 podcast. I shall return on Sunday, bright and early, for another week-beginning show. In the meantime, I hope that you all have a great Saturday away. Thank you so very much, and I will see you all Sunday. Peace out.